there's only been one year out of 10 where I didn't play in Buffalo. So really excited. I'm sure someone's going to show me their ass. So excited to see it.
Okay, Bills fans, you heard the man. Make sure you show Ted Karras your ass when you play the Bengals on Sunday.
Show us your butt!
That will now be a very fun game. It's week 14 and you better pray my curse wheel does not land on your team when I spin it at the end of the episode after I rank all the top NFL teams. Last week it defeated the Colts on multiple fronts, really. So let's soar right into the healing lights of heaven. In heaven, I am placing Jackson Dart's hair.
Not good enough because we lost.
Oh God, he is so hot. I'm actually putting Dart in heaven proactively to protect him from himself on the field.
This is football. Like, I'm going to get hit if I'm in the pocket or outside the pocket. Like, I've played this way my whole entire life. We're not playing soccer out here. Like,
yes, he is going to get hit. And I am asking Jesus, Mary, and Joey to protect him.
Oh my God!
In purgatory, me, waiting to see if Bills fans really show Ted Karras their ass.
Really excited. I'm sure someone's going to show me their ass. So
Also me, having a 10-2 team that nobody thinks is good. You're wrong, the Broncos are good. But you're right, I'm not sure how good, and because of that, I can't talk the kind of shit I really want to talk. In hell, I've got the Steelers. They could have drafted Jackson Dart, which would have been the right move. They opted for a now 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers. Happy birthday yesterday, Aaron. And right now, the Steelers are truly a team in hell. No defense in the NFL has played more snaps than Pittsburgh's at 820. And no offense in the NFL has played fewer snaps than the Steelers at 667. That's a difference of 153, which is probably also the amount of times Rodgers had wished he retired in the last 3 weeks. Today's episode is sponsored by PrizePicks and my code TGS. You gotta use my code when you sign up for PrizePicks if you like playing in daily fantasy. And I know I'm pushing PrizePicks hard, but that's because they are my biggest sponsor by a wide margin, and I gotta deliver for them. PrizePicks stepped up for me when that other company abandoned me after I crushed it for them. So what I want to do this year is over-deliver for PrizePicks. I want to get over 6,000 total signups for PrizePicks. We're halfway there, because if I get over 6,000, I will outperform what we did last year together. I appreciate everybody signing up and playing along with me. These are my picks for Thursday Night Football. If you want to support this channel, the biggest impact you can make for me financially and how I plan for this channel moving forward is by playing and signing up for PrizePicks, but only if you want to. If it's not your thing, I get it. That's fine too. I still love you. Like the video. Like it! Coming in at 14, I've got the Ravens. Eagles, Chiefs, and Lions. 4 of 2024's most dangerous teams all lost last week. They all lost. At this very moment, the Chiefs and Lions are out of the playoffs, but I believe both of those teams are a little bit better than their record. The Eagles and Ravens are in the playoffs, and I think both of those teams are actually worse than their record. And I'm officially done waiting for the fucking Ravens to turn it on. I am concerned about Lamar Jackson, who is just not really playing like Lamar Jackson. From Bill Barnwell at ESPN, Lamar's completion percentage over expectation is minus 6.9% over this span. Per NFL Next Gen Stats, his off-target pass rate is nearly 21%. Between 2023 and the first month of 2025, Jackson ran a positive CPOE, and his off-target rate was just over 15%. Those are a lot of nerd-ass numbers to tell you that Lamar's just not throwing it as accurately as he used to. How do the 6-6 Chiefs get to the playoffs? Well, the path is clear. They're going to have to win and win out. And how do they pull that off?
We're going to go after you every game. And, that's how we roll. We're going to try to tickle your tonsils on every play, every game. And
I don't know what tickling one's tonsils means exactly, but I imagine you can find it on any of the 10,000 websites that end in hub. I thought KC started losing because they stopped tickling the refs' tonsils. Boom, roasted. Detroit had to place Terry and Arnold on IR. Their savior center, Frank Ragnow, unretired and then failed his physical with a severe hamstring strain and then had to retire again. As much as last season felt like it just wasn't the Lions' year, this year is starting to feel like it's even more not the Lions' year. It seems that in the age of gooning, everyone is now beating off. In Philly, you allowed DeAndre Swift and Kyle Monangai to look like Walter Payton and Matt Forte on the same team. Number 13, I got the Buccaneers. Did I ever tell you guys that my hero is Mike Allstott?
You know, I got my high school state championship team here, those guys, and they met every white man's hero, Mike Allstott. It feels pretty good.
Oh, fuck. I'm a walking cliche. But Mike Allstott was really good. He was really good.
Every white man's hero, Mike Allstott.
And I've talked a lot about my white heroes on this show, and Baker Mayfield is another one of them. What I haven't really discussed is the Bucs defense. Lost in that ass-kicking they got by the Rams last weekend, and in the Bucs losing streak is that their run defense has been stout this season. The Rams only got 70 on them. Arizona just 95 in the last game. The Bills, who put up 249, and Pittsburgh just 97 against Tampa. They're allowing the 6th fewest rushing yards per game at 97.4 and have given up just 58 rushing first downs this season, tied with Seattle at 58 for second best in the league. The Texans are number 1. Now Tampa lost all 3 of their tough games, but have the Saints and Falcons next, and then what could be some playoff determining games against the Panthers, who they played twice in the final 3 weeks. Number 12, it's the Colts and Texans. Daniel Jones has fallen from one of the best stories from the first half of the season to a potential liability, especially when the game is in the balance. In the fourth quarter and overtime, Daniel Jones has a QBR of just 33.8, the lowest in the NFL and behind Justin Fields, Jacoby Brissett, and Cam Ward. After losing 3 of their last 4 games, the Colts went from the number 1 seed in the AFC to now fighting for their playoff lives with 5 games left against 5 teams with winning records. The Texans are just a game back in that division. The Houston D is allowing the 4th fewest passing yards per game, the 4th fewest rushing yards per game, the fewest total yards per game, and still the fewest points per game. Their offense has been stagnant most of the season, looked decent against the Colts, but as a unit, they have turned the ball over just 10 times, which is 4th best in the league. The edge rushers have received most of the attention lately, but corner Derek Stingley has been lights out. He allowed just 57 passing yards in the last 6 games combined. He has 5 games this season with less than 10 yards allowed. He gave up 0 yards to Indy, has 3 picks this season, and honestly should be in the convo for best corner on earth. If CJ Stroud plays football good, just good football, you will beat the Chiefs on Sunday. Houston, please beat the those Chiefs. And since the Chiefs have a losing record, I can't tell them to go fuck themselves. And Houston, you can make sure I don't say profane things like that. Number 11, the Chargers. I'd love to put you much higher, LA. I really would, but I just don't know if Justin Herbert is going to make it to Week 18 without a full body cast. The Chargers have a gauntlet of a schedule going forward, including games against 4 top 10 defenses. For Justin Herbert's sake, I hope he starts getting rid of the football in about 2 seconds or less. Omarion Hampton should return against Philly, and if the Bears have taught us anything, it's that you can run right at the Eagles and succeed. Number 10, it's the Billies. James Cook has been climbing the franchise leaderboard in Buffalo this season. He entered the year as the 17th all-time leading rusher in Bills history, and after collecting over 1,200 yards already this season, he's now up to 6th on that list, passing LaShawn McCoy and Travis Henry. Second on that list, God rest his soul, O.J. Simpson, respectfully.
God rest his soul was O.J. Simpson. Respectfully.
Thank you, Cam Newton. I am so glad we are respecting the juice. And also assuming that God, and not Satan, is in possession of his soul.
It's me, O.J. Mahomes.
Now, if you watch Film Watchers, which I highly recommend you do, he noted that the Bills ran the same exact run play 29 times against Pittsburgh on their way to 249.
The Bills ran the same play 29 times for 183 yards. What?
If there was ever a justified reason to fire Mike Tomlin, I think that's it. It's simple, Buffalo. James Cook is the man who can take you to the promised land. Don't forget it, even if another defense decides to stop your one play that's working over and over again. Just run to the other side. Number 9, the 49ers. It feels like so many things have gone wrong for the 49ers this season, and yet they have a Week 17 game against the Bears that could potentially push them into the 1 seed in the NFC. All of their former players, Drake Greenlaw, Talanoa Hufanga, Jake Moody, and Deebo Samuel looked great on Monday Night Football. Guys that they could have probably used this season, but respect regardless. The lack of variance in the NFC is crazy. This team could get a first-round bye, or, again, they could miss the playoffs and finish third in their division. Neither would really surprise me at this point. They don't have a player with 5 sacks in San Francisco. They don't have a wide receiver with over 500 yards, and they only have 5 interceptions as a defense. I guess who gives a shit, because they have Christian McCaffrey at peak form, and they're 8-4. McCaffrey, by the way, has more scrimmage yards than any other player in the NFL right now, and the Niners have needed every damn one of those yards. Number 8, the Jaguars. The team that mortgaged their future to get the second overall pick has now won 4 of their last 5 games since Travis Hunter was shut down for the season. Is their other first-round wide receiver from the year before stepping up in his absence? Not really, and I said he would, so that sucks. Quite the opposite, in fact, but the Jacoby Myers trade has quietly looked pretty good. And in his 4 games as a Jag, he's caught 18 balls for 245 yards and a pair of touchdowns. He's already got more touchdowns in Jacksonville than Brian Thomas has this year. You could argue 4 of their last 5 top draft picks are playing poorly or not playing at all, and they're still 8-4. I think we've got to give Liam Cohen a ton of credit, because this team is playing much better than it was a year ago, and while I think they are a year away, Jags fans have to like what they're seeing from Coach Cohen. Number 7, we damn Cowboys. One of you asked if I would retire the Jerry Jones bit now that the Cowboys look respectable. And I have just one thing to say to you. Hunter Jones! And I'll never stop until I find my fucking glory hole. There's been a surprise star on the defense for the Cowboys during their 3-game win streak. Their 3rd-round pick, Sharon Revel, made his debut at corner 3 weeks ago and has allowed just 5 receptions for 61 yards in 89 coverage snaps. When they acquired Quinnen Williams, I noted they really needed more help in the secondary. Well, I did not know that man was already on the roster. The other rookie playing really well is Donovan Ezeraku. Just 2 sacks on the season for Ezeraku, but I think after the first month, he's improved significantly and now has 28 pressures on the season and 11 QB hits. The Cowboys defense might be the most improved unit over this year, and if I'm wrong, the Lions will be my corrector on Thursday night. Number 6, the Packers. 3 of the last 5 Packers games are on the road, and that might not be a bad thing for Jordan Love. Bizarrely, he's got a better passer rating, completion percentage, yards per attempt, and a 14-to-1 touchdown ratio away from Lambeau Field this season. Maybe he just hates Packers fans. Packers fans, are you okay rooting for a quarterback who doesn't like you? Who doesn't even and won't ever love you, even though that's literally in his name?
I will never love you!
I'm kidding. Love has thrown just 3 picks all season, which is actually less than Matthew Stafford now, and the Pack already beat Goff twice. The max allowed in one season is 3, by the way. Now, I mentioned Jared Goff because he's just one of 4 QBs with a higher passer rating than Jordan Love this season. And you know what they say, you can't find true love until you beat Goff twice. No one should be surprised, but the Micah Parsons trade is really starting to pay dividends down the stretch. He's got 6 sacks in the last 3 games, and he's on pace to set a career high in that category. And if we can get a Packers-Cowboys rematch in the playoffs, oh, that would be nice. Boop. Please, if you want to make sure your team is not cursed, subscribe to this YouTube channel. I will take bribes. Also, if I don't get more subscribers than this, if we don't get to 830 soon, YouTube said I'm gonna have to start posting to Facebook. Don't make me post these videos to Facebook. And coming in at 666, it's my Broncos again. And New England media members, radio nerds, are starting to remind me why everyone hated the Patriots worse than the Chiefs.
And get me started on the Broncos, who just...
You're wrong, Evan. You're wrong, and you
Boston
know it.
Cream. They barely just beat Marcus Mariota.
Like, would it kill you to show any respect to another good AFC team right now? You fucking cowards.
I just saw Bo Nix throw an interception to old man Bobby Wagner where the ball went right to him.
I make a nice Drake May video, hype up the Patriots, and this is what we get in return. All while this is the list of defenses your Patriots have beat.
If he gets the ball 3 inches higher over Nick Bonino's head, they just got upset by the Commanders, who are 3-8 with their backup quarterback.
Preach.
Just another smug analysis dismissing a great play by Nick Bonito. Call them frauds, do what you will. The Broncos play close games and they win close games, and they possess more devil magic than any other team on earth right now. The Broncos have trailed in all 12 of their games this season, and they found a way to win 10 of them. I referenced that in my recap, but it's a wild stat. They've already tied the record for most wins by 4 or fewer points in a season, and they still have 5 to go. Something tells me they will be all alone in that category. For now, though, they're 10-2 for the 5th time in franchise history. Every time they've had that record, they've gone on to the Super Bowl, and in 3 of those appearances, they won. Their run game has taken a step back without J.K. Dobbins, but in his absence, Bo Nix has upped his play. R.J. Harvey is a great dual threat, a red zone monster, but Denver needs some help between the 20s. Nix threw for 321 and a touchdown, led a TD drive in overtime against the Commanders, and I have never seen a quarterback do that and get absolutely no credit for doing so. And unlike those fraud Patriots, when Denver beat the Giants and scored exactly 33 points as well, they did so exclusively in the 4th quarter. That's what we call toying with our prey. The Seahawks, I know they played Max Brosmer last week and the Titans the week before, but the Seattle defense is on a dominant run. Their EPA is minus .36, which is even better than that 2013 Legion of Boom Seahawks, who were minus .23 on their best 7-game stretch. That's really good for a defense that's lacking a lot of household names. Nick Emanwari might become one, though, because he's having a Defensive Rookie of the Year caliber season. He leads the NFL in pressures by a defensive back. That's pretty cool. The Seahawks are so good, they forced Adam Thielen to seek out the fucking Steelers. Now, there might be a bit of tiny concern with Sam Darnold right now, given how he melted down at the end of last season. Just 2 touchdowns and 4 picks in his last 3 games. Certainly not time to panic, but he's not going to earn the benefit of the doubt until he closes out the regular season strong and doesn't spontaneously combust in January. I've got the Rams. Devontae Adams now has 117 career TDs, 11 touchdowns in the last 6 games for Adams, and he surpassed Antonio Gates on the all-time receiving touchdown list. Adam also joins Jerry Rice, Marvin Harrison, and Terrell Owens as the only players 32 or older with 14-plus receiving touchdowns in a single season. Not enough to beat the Panthers, but Devontae is on a Hall of Fame schedule, and I hope Stafford gets him all the way there. Number 3, the Panthers. Screw it, Carolina. You beat the best, so let's celebrate with a chance to get you cursed. I don't care if they're overranked. Panthers, you are awesome for this week. And they shall have their moment. The Panthers are a confusing team, but they just beat who we thought was the best team in the NFL. The Panthers are 2-0 when they're double-digit underdogs this year. The rest of the league 0-14. I now pronounce you double-digit underdogs for the rest of the year, Carolina. They are lacking in one big area, however. Carolina has struggled to get pressure all season and continued Sunday. Its 13.3% pressure rate was the worst of any team in Week 13. There was so little pressure, Stafford didn't know what the hell to do and just threw it to the Panthers anyway. You know what they say, defense is overrated, especially edge rushers. and you don't win championships with defense. Maybe the Giants will mercifully release Brian Burns, and he can join the Panthers again. Carolina just doesn't have any good edge rushers right now. The leading sacker on the team is Derek Brown with 4, and he plays on the interior. Carolina has just 18 sacks total this year, second worst in the league, which is crazy for a team that hasn't even had their bye week yet. The craziest thing you did, Carolina, though, was not defeating the Rams. It was forcing Macaulay Culkin to watch you beat his favorite team by the hands of Michael Jackson. Number 2, the Patriots. See, I can be unbiased. In the month of December, most Christians are celebrating Jesus. Well, Pats fans, I suggest you continue praying to Moses. Morgan Moses, who has allowed just 1 sack all season. That's as good as one could have hoped for, while the line survives now without Will Campbell. How consistent are the Patriots, though? Well, I think that 10 straight win streak should tell you exactly. Pretty consistent. But during that win streak, they've scored at least 23 points and allowed 23 or fewer points. Here's an idea. Every team playing the Patriots the rest of the way try to score more than 23 points and do not let them score 23 points. Pretty simple. I believe there was a Jim Carrey movie about this exact phenomenon.
11 plus 12. 23. My birthday, 2-3. Driver's license, social security number. It's all 23.
If you want to poke any holes in the Patriots' sails right now, and I really do, it might be their rushing defense. Remember how they hadn't allowed a 50-yard rusher for most of the year? Well, through weeks 10 to 12, they allowed 5 yards per carry against their opponent and 4.8 against the Giants if you take out the negative 13-yard rush by poor Giants punter Jamie Gillian. I think a lot of that comes down to losing Milton Williams to a high ankle sprain on the interior of their D-line. Just something to watch, especially when they head into a 2-game stretch against the Bills and the Ravens. And coming in at number 1, that's right, the Chicago Bears. And you know what? In honor of Ben Johnson, let's take it all off! It's cold, too. These nipples could cut glass. These nipples could cut through the line like the Bears running backs. Hope you guys enjoyed your free wieners in Chicago. The Chicago Bears have rebounded from an 0-2 start to become the top seed in the NFC. They've clinched their first winning season since 2018, and they've got a chance, if they can outlast the Packers, to host their first playoff game since the double doink. But they still have 2 games against Green Bay, and here's what might slow them down just a little bit, their passing game. Caleb Williams has the lowest completion percentage in the league, and he would become just the first quarterback, even in the bottom 5 of that stat, to earn a 1 seed in his conference since another Bear did that exact same thing, one Rex Grossman. That team did make the Super Bowl. It doesn't really make sense to me, honestly. The Bears have put together a really strong offensive line, and Ben Johnson got a 72% completion rate out of Jared Goff a season ago. I think the best thing that could happen at this point is a Bears-Broncos Super Bowl. Bo Nix, Caleb Williams combined for the lowest completion percentage, all the dumb stats the football nerds like to glaze over, and in that game, we Bears and Broncos fans will laugh at all the haters. As long as Caleb keeps being smart with the football and that defense keeps forcing turnovers, the Bears, with their highest turnover differential in the NFL, are a tough foe. And now, we shall spin the curse wheel, and I'll put my clothes back on. The Ben Johnson bit's over, right, guys? Don't forget PrizePicks. Sign up, code TGS. Great way to support this channel. I'll fix it next week.
May God have mercy on your soul.
Ooh, 12. Who did it take out at 12? Fuck, I can't remember. BRB? Oh, God, no! Oh, shit, I put the Colts and the Texans. So, first of all, fuck you, Curse Wheel, because the Texans play the Chiefs. Don't need that devil magic. And the Colts, it's going for a fourth cursing of the Colts. Will you please leave the Colts alone? You sadistic bastard. Thanks for watching That's Good Sports. Please subscribe here on YouTube. Colts fans, if you don't get 10,000 likes on this video and get me 10,000 signups on PrizePicks, you're going to get cursed again. Like, this is just getting weird now, Indy. What did Daniel Jones do to the curse wheel? That's what I want to know. Or was it Shane Steichen?